they don't, mess with that stuff until they.
It'd be about 2 or 3 more people joining.
Good. Well, we'll hold off on instruction stuff, give them a chance to join us, and let's have show and tell. Like a minute of, we call it Here's Me. So that you know who you're working with today, I'll go first because I usually try to not ask you to do anything I wouldn't do myself. So years and years ago, I began my training in New York City at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts. I was able to graduate, yay, did theater for several years. And in my mid-20s, I discovered commercials. And commercials discovered me. And it was a very lucky way. I had a nice run for about 9 years of doing 4 or 5 auditions a day. This is where you would go in person, Madison Avenue, to the ad agencies. And then if you were lucky enough to get booked, and back then I did, you would be doing radio spots, voiceover, on camera, national network spots if you were lucky, promos, dealership. There was just a whole range of work. And it was a wonderful way for new professionals to make a living. Everyone else was a waiter. People on Broadway, I mean, if you didn't have a Broadway level job, commercials was the only really great way to make a living as an actor. You could do theater, and I did lots of theater for nothing, or pennies, or I left town to go to some hellhole, and I was thrilled to do it all. I kid you not. But commercials were a great way to have a foot in the industry, make some money, and you got a lot of exposure. Now it's even better because everyone has social media and ways to even additionally promote themselves. So after that beautiful, glorious run, and you're all kind of poised for that because I'm imagine, beginning your 20s, early 20s, thereabouts. So in the next 10 to 15 years, guys, that's when you try to hit it in commercials. After that glorious run, I continued to do theater. I started writing, would create, and I could produce little shows because I made some money doing theater. Yay. And not little money doing theater, but I really made the money doing the commercials. So after that, I transitioned into audiobooks. I was a better actor. I had life experience. I was in my 30s, and I did audiobooks for 25, really, a zillion years after that. Especially the first 10, 15 years, really did a lot of great titles, really hitting it, doing live shows to promote the audio. I mean, it was a wonderful combination of different skills and fun. And in the last few years, I worked for Disney Radio as a writer and did in-house voice work for them as one of the older people. I did, the Grandma Nature and it was at which time at Halloween, I was right in my element, cackling for them. And then in the last few years, I was found by some people in anime. So here in North Texas, there are several anime houses, the biggest one being Funimation. And then there's some video game places, they develop the games, they have their booths there, they develop all the voice talent for it. And then they'll often do like outside jobs, like subcontractor jobs for other clients. So I'm now working in anime. So what makes it great about today is I have a lot of experience in commercials, audiobooks, and anime. We're going to focus because audiobooks it's such a bigger drive, like anime, you're in the booth for half an hour. The commercial's over in 15 seconds. An audiobook is a 10-hour journey. So that if we decide to work together again, Walter, Vienna, we should do an audiobook specific one. But today we're going to focus on commercials and anime because those are the doors that open first for young voice actors. Those are the areas where they're looking for talent. And you're the right age, and hopefully because you come to something like this today and you're working, you have some serious ambitions and you have some skills and training to back it up. You don't have to have a ton of training to hit in commercials. Sometimes it is luck. Sometimes it is the look, but you got to be out there. And you probably won't get out there in a professional environment without some of these other things: skills, training, networking, a great personality, someone that people want to work with. Think about that. It's called show business because it's a business. If it was just fun and community theater, we just call it show friends. Let's all get together, have a cup of coffee. Let's all for a beer. So it's show business. And I love doing it, but I always try to keep in mind when I'm working with you guys that it's a business. So that when, if I give you notes or whatever, please don't take it personally or be defensive. I want you to succeed. I want you to be great. And so sometimes greatness comes with growth. And with growth, we are challenged. We get out of our comfort zone. So that's my voiceover arc. So somebody talk to me here. Tennille, tell me a little bit about yourself as an artist or performer. Just take a minute and then we'll go on to the next person. Hopefully everybody will join us.
Well, hello. I'm Tennille. I am a digital artist and a voice actor. I am in the process of making my career, I guess. I don't know. I didn't prepare anything, but
it's okay. Just be you.
Actually, I've recorded. I'm in the process of recording an audiobook now. Actually, I'm working towards my demo so I can start auditioning for commercials.
Good, good. Well, you have a very pleasing light voice, and I think that's a sound that can really work now. So congratulations. I'm thrilled you're doing. Is the audiobook from a stranger author or a friend, family member?
Like a friend of a network, I guess.
Okay, good, good.
Uh,
So I'm proud of you because that means you're already meeting other people, exchanging your work, letting it be known that you're available for work. And it's sort of like, how can you be on a great baseball team if you can't get out of the dugout? If you're not ready to go up to bat, if you're not ready to run the bases, if you don't have the mitt and the ball, know what to do with it, you can't play the game. So you're already playing the game. So good job. Okay, thank you.
you.
And a pleasing voice. Nice. Tess, tell us a little about yourself.
I really like Dungeons and Dragons. I'm also an artist. I have a YouTube channel called Wondrous Wandering Wares.
Great.
Um,
You're ambitious. Good for
yeah.
you. That's really great.
I also do groom dogs. That's also a thing.
You deal in dogs?
I groom dogs.
Well, you
I am
groom
a-
dogs.
I'm a
I'm
dog
dealing. I got
groomer.
the German Shepherds over here. I'm taking in a Doberman picture. You
I mean,
groom-
hey, if you're in Atlanta,
Dang, I would hire you to take Archie. He's like a locomotive on a leash. He's lovely and fun, but really, if he doesn't kill me, he will make me stronger. Okay, so nice to meet you, dear. So, Tess Harrison, tell us a little about yourself.
Can you guys hear me?
Perfectly.
Awesome. My name is Tess Harrison. I am at Georgia State in the College of Education department, and I am going for my bachelor's in sports coaching. I don't have any background in any of this stuff, but I have grown up with people telling me for a long time that I have a unique voice, and one of my professors suggested this for me. So I'm seeing if this is a good fit and if it's something that I can pursue.
Wonderful. Well, if you're working towards coaching and working as a professional educator, I think the better you communicate and the more confident you are, whether it's because you did improv or you were playful or you knew if you had to quote a famous person, you could sort of change your voice, that can only enhance your one-on-one engagement with your students. So cool. And it's nice that you took a chance. So thank you for being here today. Great.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, yeah. Daniel, are you there? Let me see. I can't see everybody at once, so I have to go scan. Oh, and I see. Is it Erica? You'll have to tell me how to say your name, darling. Daniel, are you here, Daniel?
Yep.
Are you
Wait,
muted?
Can you hear me? Or
Oh, a little bit. You could speak up, sweetie, or get a little closer to your mic.
all right, let me just put the mic a little bit forward.
Oh, that's sounding better. Yeah, now I'm sounding that man's voice.
There
That's
we
good.
go. All right,
Good, good.
All right, but yeah. So, hi, my name's Daniel. I'm doing pre-med in GSU, and I'm also doing voiceover on the side because, well, I think it's pretty fun because how I got into voiceover was just like, the pandemic started, and I was really bored. And I'm just like, well, playing video games is pretty cool, but I want to do something else. I went on YouTube. I saw this one person doing voiceover stuff. I'm like, yeah, I could do that too. So, I did a bit of research. I talked to some people, through other social medias and Discord. And, I tried to learn a lot of things, whether it be like audio engineering stuff or how
Wow.
I would learn acting, that sort of thing. And eventually it came to a point where it's like, I can make a career out of this? Look at that. So, right now I'm trying to be as ambitious as possible with like
Good.
so far I've made like not really scup, but like an indie reel where I got like some of my previous auditions from I think November
Uh-huh.
and compiled it up to a demo reel and then I just sending it off to other people who are doing smaller projects and hopefully I could be more involved with those kind of projects, network a bit more, and then eventually one of my main goals that I'm trying to do around like summertime-ish is try to work in the radio, whether that be for commercials or whether that
Mhm.
just be for audio dramas or whatever.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah.
Well, you have a distinctive voice. It is very cultivated. And would you please properly say, of course, your last name, just so that I can try to duplicate it? Because I just don't want to butcher it my first time out.
That's fair. It's Khoshravi Nejad.
Khush Ravinizad. I faked that one out.
Yeah,
Khushravi-
it's a
Fabulous.
bit hard.
5 syllables. That's a great, that's a lovely challenge.
I know, and it's really hard when it comes to demo reel or like with slates. It's Deo Khoshravi Nejad, and then go on from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
like, oh.
You know, it's a very handsome name that I wouldn't want you to change or hide. But if you had a shorter handle that was just because my full name is Carol Jane Crittenden, which is pretty. But when I went back east, I mean, honey, no one could say Crittenden. What do you think they're gonna do to you? I don't mean to be bitchy. I'm
Right.
just trying to be fair here.
Mhm.
So I went to CJ Critt, which people totally screw that up too, but at least it's easy and quick to spell. So if you have any nicknames, Koshi, I mean, I don't know what might be, but it might not be bad for your showbiz handle. Not when you're an MD, of course, and you sound super smart. So I
Mhm.
love smart people who are ambitious, and gosh, we got some great ones already here. This is so neat. You do have a unique sound. It is a cultured, a kind of international cultivated sound. It's cool. And I could
Thank you.
absolutely hear you doing e-learning. And it sounds a little boring, but e-learning is where, hopefully a smart person has written the book, the manual, the technical thing, the trade thing, the medical journal. And then you want a cultivated smart voice that can handle multisyllabic words because they'll be in there, or technical jargon, and
Mhm.
also speak in this way where I'm not just whipping through the words. I'm going at a pace where you can absorb every important thing I'm
At a
saying.
very instructional tone where you can understand what I am trying to tell you at a certain pace.
Yeah, you kind of instinctively have that, or that's how you've learned. So, I
Mhm.
mean, if this is something you're looking towards, for income, when you do your research, because I can tell you do research, check out e-learning, entry level opportunities. What websites? Sometimes they're even pay to play, but one job can pay the whole membership. What websites might be a good portal or avenue for that? Because I could see you working in that right away. And then you develop your acting chops to do the things that perhaps are more artistically satisfying. But when you have the book and you're in the studio for 4 or 6 hours and you're making money, it's pretty fun and it's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Just so you know, money wise, commercials pay better than audiobook and e learning. But you don't know when you'll get the next commercial. You don't know how often you'll be working. When you
Yeah.
get a book, you can count the page numbers, you can count the word count, and kind of know how long it will take. Because maybe not your first time, but you will soon learn. And then you can guesstimate, oh, that's going to earn me X, Y, and Z. So there's a nice when a book, though, per moment, it doesn't repay you as generously, but they're satisfying to do, and they're more of a done deal. You know what you're going to get. With the commercial, hopefully you get paid when you're done, but it might not run and it might not make anything, or it could make a lot. So it's more of a gamble, but they are vastly lucrative if you get into multiple bookings. Well, this
Ah.
is wonderful, Daniel. Thank you for sharing a bit about yourself. And are you from the Atlanta area, or did you come in and import yourself in for school?
Well, I was actually born in Georgia, Atlanta,
Georgia.
and my parents came from Iran, so yeah.
Oh, okay, fascinating. Okay,
Mhm.
fascinating. All right. So yeah, I wasn't sure from your last name, what Middle Eastern, yeah, because we don't know anything here. I think Crittenden, I don't know if it's Welsh. I have no idea. It's my own name. I don't even know. So okay, well, it's wonderful to meet you. You sound very interesting, and we'll keep working today. Who
Yeah, and
else do
thank you
we
for
have?
letting me know about e-learning. I really appreciate that, actually.
Yeah, it seems like a natural match to you. And again, I'm all about the business. If I hear something, I think, "Oh, you'd be great at this," I'm gonna tell you, and then it's on you to decide, "Oh, that does sound interesting," or, "Oh, I'll wait until that workshop comes around and let somebody spoon feed it to me." I think you'll just go get it. Um, is it Erica, dear? Erica Laster?
Yeah, that's right.
Was it right? Is it Erica or like Erica? I don't want to
It's
screw it up, honey.
Erica.
Okay, perfect. All right. So,
Hi.
I have a sweet smile. Please tell us a little about yourself.
Okay, so I go to Georgia State and I'm getting a bachelor's degree in theater.
Yay.
I got into voice acting because it was back in middle school. I was watching anime and stuff. And then I heard this voice that I heard in a video game that I looked at when I was a little kid. And I was
Uh-huh.
like, wait a minute, I know that. And then I
Uh,
was like, voice acting is a thing. That's amazing. So I started getting into acting. I did a couple of plays from middle school and high school, and then I
uh-huh.
went on to do theater for college.
Right.
And currently, I've taken a couple of voice acting classes
Uh-huh.
and I want to practice more. I
Good.
kind of stopped since the pandemic happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. And I want to start practicing more so I can try to make a reel to
Good.
get a
Good.
couple of roles and things.
All right. Well, theater has been particularly kicked in the teeth by the pandemic, but I have to say, the audio industry has taken off because there's a new development. When I was your age, actors did not have home studios. We didn't even, we couldn't even imagine that. One or two really tech savvy guys who were in the radio business would, they would just figure out how to build a booth at home, and they would just they could do their career anywhere. We were very impressed, but they were so rare. Now it's expected. So now to be competitive, like in the theater, they don't expect you to have the stage in your backyard, right? And you
Yeah.
come do the show at my house. No. But in audio, that is kind of the expectation now. Audiobook artists led the way because that's that long form thing where you're going to work 8, 10, 12, 30 hours on one project. So people doing it at home at night on the weekends in their jammies, that made perfect sense. So the other thing is the people that pay us, the guys in charge, they're cheap. So they realize, aha, now that everybody has, a cell phone and they live on this and they've got 3 different iPads, we can get them. And also the equipment costs a lot less. A good booth 20, 30 years ago, maybe was $10,000, $20,000. Now you might be able to put something together for a few hundred and soundproof it part of your home for another that. So in other words, you might have a professional sounding setup for under $2,000. A handful of jobs, you've paid yourself back, and then that equipment's good, doesn't go out of date for quite a while. That might work for you for 5 or 10 years. You make a lot of money in that little home studio. Well, now when they figured out actors would do this, it's kind of expected. So at the college level, you probably have access to a booth at school. Yay. So if you get opportunities, you can maybe do your reel at school, etc. Let's say you don't. I was not tech. I was tech phobic. I just sucked at it. I bought all the equipment and just sat like a Cadillac in the garage. I wouldn't touch. I was so frightened. So I got a couple of coaches and people helped me. And I mean, they just said, there's 1,000 ways to do it, CJ. I'm like, don't give me 1,000 ways. Give me one way that works. I'm taking notes because that's all I could handle. And then that's just me. I'm guessing you're all better at it. That you're all more fluid at it. You grew up texting. It's no big deal. So if you haven't already thought about it, Erica, as your budget Christmas allowance comes together, look into how much independence can you outfit yourself with that will make you way more hireable and more able to do things like, let's say you have a nice reel, people want to hire you. They nowadays don't want to have to hire the studio. Some will, big advertisers will, but smaller projects, the ones that we normally get the door opens first on, they're going to hope you can just go home and you took a YouTube tutorial on how to edit yourself, and you work with a couple of buddies, after class, and you know how to do it. So for everyone who's listening today who would like to do this professionally for money, if you don't already have a little home studio, look into it. And if you just know that I am a tech boob, I can't do it, who could you do a favor for? Who could you barter with? Most of us know a musician or someone at our church or someone at school. We know someone who is really smart at this and has the stuff. So work with them and maybe they'll guide you into how you could do it for yourself at home. It can be in a closet. It doesn't have to be a professional booth. It can be a closet. I'm in a little corner of my one room that's sort of like a studio room, and I flip around and all my equipment's behind me, and I go into sort of a 3-sided, or it's like a old-fashioned card table. So there's a top, there's a front, there's sides, and it has the Auralux, the good egg crate shaped foam, which buffers sound. And that whole thing costs, I don't know, maybe $800 for my mini booth, and all of the equipment cost under $2,000, and it's made 10 times that. And I don't even really work at home anymore, but for years I did audiobooks here. So you can, and the stuff's cheaper now because my stuff's 10 years old. So there's cheaper stuff, and it will make you, again, for those having fun, don't worry about this. For those thinking, gosh, I'd really like to do this for a living or supplement my theater career, which is a great thing because you could do voice acting, and then your theater jobs will be on a schedule you can't control. You come to rehearsal when they say you have to, right? But usually with voice stuff, you could do it early in the morning. You could do it late at night. You could do it on your day off. So it's a wonderful supplement to it. And if the better actor you are, usually the better voiceover person you are. There are people who do voice acting. They've never been on stage, and they're never going to get on stage. They just do voice acting, and that's okay. But some of us, we came from theater. That's what we'll always love. And voice acting, like you say, my God, I could do this. And it's so exciting. So I encourage you all, work on your skills. Those of you who are ambitious and getting out there and doing stuff, hooray, you're halfway there. And anyone who doesn't yet have a home studio, start investigating. How could I get one? Who would work with me? Who would help me set one up? What relative of mine would love to show off that they already know how to do all this? work with them, Okay. So now, have I missed anyone else? I met Vienna and Walter before, and I love them. Let me see if there's anybody new, just so that we can get doing some work here. No, I think that's our group today. I think. Okay. So let me go ahead and close that. Let's go ahead and start at the top here. Walter, would you read the little information before the Abercrombie and Fitch spot about commercials, just to share with us and kind of warm up for yourself?
Yep, no problem.
Thank you.
Commercials. Oh, wait, yeah. Okay.
Yes,
Commercials.
that's what we are here.
Commercials sell, entertain, build awareness, persuade, inform, and get us to act. Again, usually to purchase something, vote a certain way, join up for a service or membership, shop at a particular store or brand.
Okay.
Right. Sports run the.
It's spots, babe.
Spots run. Spots run the gamut. Gamut.
Run the gamut. It's sort of like a, from A to Z.
Gotcha. Spots run the gamut from sincere to earnest, to throw back, feel good music, from PSAs and warm fuzzies to rude and irreverent.
Okay, I want you to go back and read that again, Walter, because I think you got some cobwebs upstairs, doll. Okay.
There really is right now.
Sports run too. Sports also run, but spots run here, dear. Okay. Irreverent. Okay. Rude and irreverent. I do like my alliteration. Okay. Rude, irreverent. Okay. One more time.
I've noticed.
Right, okay. Well, right. Earth to Walter. One more time.
All right. From sincere to earnest, to throwback feel-good music, from PSAs and warm fuzzies to rude and irreverent. Whatever the advertiser or product thinks will be effective, once VO sample is below. Or wait.
It should be one. It's a typo. Yeah. My boo-boo. Yeah. One VO sample is below. Okay. So Abercrombie and Fitch. So I know this is going to be more authentic coming from younger voices, but here we go. And I'm sorry, where it starts with this is the time, that should be below, but it just sometimes when I change, from docs to pages, whatever, it does this cuckoo formatting. So sorry. So right after it says colon 60 VO colon, this is where the commercial begins. This is the time to screw up, date all the wrong people, learn by doing. This is the time to see what you've really got, to see if you can back it. That's hack. To see if you can hack it. To search your new city, your new feelings, to be honest. Because for this brilliant little window, the world is daring you to do something big, expecting you to fail and try and scream and cry, to be brave and foolish, searching and strong. For these few years, you're free and forgiven. Get stronger. Get smarter. It's on you right now to find what's new and next, to find your match, to find yourself. 60 years from now, when life's scars have become lessons and the many risks have become rewards, these are the images that will surface. These are the years you'll remember. This is the time. So there's 1,000, kind of like jazz, you could improvise. There's 1,000 different ways to do this. I'm sorry, I do see one other typo. Shame on me. Where's that? The 60 years line. So 60 years from now, when I think the life does not make sense. So if you printed it, ixnay, that THE, just cross it out. If not, we'll try to jump over it. But it's easy to remember because it's the only one that has the number in it. 60 years from now, when life's scars have become lessons and the many risks have become rewards, no one is going to have a super easy time saying risks. So plan now to really don't be lazy with your tongue. Say it, risks, okay? Just once to yourself. You can say it on or off mic. Risks. Just say it. Try it.
Risks.
Thank you. Asks, hard one. Assists. Those are tough. Those in addition to reading good copy, I also I'll be listening, so that if you are slurpy or unintelligible, it's really kind of my job to bring that to your attention. Now, I hear a lot of really clear, well-spoken voices in here, but it's early in the day. Who knows what your Friday night was like? Okay, so that's what we're going for: personality, making it real for yourself, and we've got time for everybody to try this. Let's get started with Vienna, sweetie. Would you try it for us?
Okay.
Just relax, sweetie. Just relax and be yourself. Just try to be, because I'm not this voice really. It needs to be a younger voice. So let's hear your version.
Okay. This is the time to screw up, date all the wrong people, learn by doing. This is the time to see what you've really got, to see if you can hack it, to search your new city, your new feelings, to be honest. Because for this brilliant little window, the world is daring you to do something big, expecting you to fail and try and scream and cry, to be brave and foolish, searching and strong. For these few years, you're free and forgiven. Get stronger, get smarter. It's on you right now to find what's new and next, to find your match, to find yourself. 60 years from now, when life's scars have become lessons and the many risks have become rewards, these are the images that will surface. These are the years you'll remember. This is the time.
Overall, really nice, dear. She took her time, right? She did not rush. Two little areas just for a little crisper enunciation. Brilliant little window, which is really kind of poetic. That's sort of like, like life and time is just opening up as this brilliant little window. It's kind of great. So just let's get the double L sound. Brilliant little window. Just those three words real slow.
Brilliant little window.
Nice. Now smoother together. Brilliant little window.
Brilliant little window.
Good. And one last time and tap the T on brilliant. Brilliant little window.
Brilliant little window.
Nice, honey. Okay, and then irreverent was perfect and become rewards with a tiny bit slurpy. So the many risks and your risks, yummy, perfect also. The many risks become rewards, just that.
The many risks have become rewards.
Good job. Okay, very nice. Thank you, Vienna. It's always hard to go first. All right, thank you, Don. Let's hear Daniel try it, and followed by Tennille.
All right, cool. Do I just start whenever, or?
Yeah, let's just start with this is the time.
All right.
And just kind of think of it like if it was you advising a younger classmate, you telling someone who, because you seem confident, and maybe you're not, you're faking it. You're doing a great job if you're faking it. But let's say you're telling a less confident friend. So you're trying to be mostly honest. It's not a big BS rap, but you might be dressing it up a little bit, to give him some encouragement. Okay.
All right, cool. This is the time to screw up. Date all the wrong people. Learn by doing. This is the time to see what you really got. See if you can hack it. To search your new city, your new feelings. To be honest. Because for the brilliant little window, the world is daring you to do something big. Expecting you to fail and try to scream and cry. To be brave and foolish. Searching and strong. For these few years, you're free and forgiven. Get stronger, get smarter. It's on you right now to find what's new and next, to find your match, to find yourself. 60 years from now, when life scars have become lessons and the many risks have become rewards, these are the images that will surface. These are the years you'll remember. This is the time.
Great. Okay. Well, you read with a nice sense of definition and power, and that's good. I think we'll go back and do part of it again. And what we can do is lighten up just a little bit, just more of even though the words have drama, we don't have to add too much extra drama with our performance, unlike anime, which is like, galaxies explode. I mean, it's always like very high stakes. The kingdom is in tatters. It's always big. It's like the Capitol riot. It's always like, oh my God. But this, we can be a little gentler in our approach. Okay. And then, let's see, most of the time you're going fairly slow. When you sped up, you started to make mistakes. And that's totally normal because you don't memorize this, you haven't lived with this. So just for everyone, as we speed up and get into what I consider a better, more natural conversational pace, it's very easy to stumble. So try to maintain that mindful speaking that you kind of naturally have, but still trying to make it a little lighter and more effortless. I'll just pick up the ending. I'll just do a couple lines, just in terms of backing off a teeny bit. When you back off, it doesn't mean you don't care. It doesn't mean you're bored. It just means I trust this is something I had to learn with audiobooks. If the writing was good, I had to let the words do the work. And I was like a good waiter. I would just like get under them with a really good tray. And I'd lift the tray. I'm like, here they are. But I didn't have to perform them. I would just like, would you like the crab cakes? They're really good. And the crab cakes did all the work for me because they were really good. So we're going to lighten up and think crab cakes rather than sloppy Joe. You weren't sloppy. You were just a teeny bit heavy handed. And I asked for drama. So now you can I know you can do drama. I know you can do anime. We're going to lighten up a hair. So let's pick it up partway through the end. Let's see. It's on you right now to find what's new and next, to find your match, to find yourself. 60 years from now, when life's scars have become lessons and the many risks have become rewards, these are the images that will surface. These are the years you'll remember. This is the time. So I'm still really warm and I'm really trying to help that friend, but I can just be a little bit lighter. I don't want to scare him. I want to invite him in. Okay. So I think you have a lot of ability. Great. So now just be a hair lighter, a little bit more yourself, but as you speed up, try not to flub. So you can't go too fast. So why don't we just pick it up from, it's on you right now. So it's not like I'm not a boot camp. It's on you right now. Give me 10. That's voice acting too, but not for this fun. Okay. So lighten up a little bit. Okay. You're warm, you're inviting, you're totally confident. So you don't have to sell it. You don't have to push.
Okay. I gotcha. All right. It's on you right now to find what's new and next, to find your match, to find yourself. 60 years from now, when life's scars have become lessons and the many risks have become rewards, these are the images that will surface. These are the years you'll remember. This is the time.
Nice. Yeah, you're very organic, and now I know that you have range. So if we want more drama, I think we're going to do some anime stuff. You can give it full bore. But typically when we think about commercials, remember, your audience is that microphone that's 9 inches away. It's kind of someone's ear. So the microphone is like, I'm talking to someone's ear. So unless I'm really upset, boy, I won't do that to someone's ear, right? Be too loud or too. So if I'm really upset, I might lean in and get more intense. But most of the time, if I get a little louder, it's subtle. I get a little louder, but it's subtle. Great work, Daniel. Let's move on. Tanil, you're up next, sweetie. And then let's have Tess read after Tanil.
Hello. This is the time to screw up, to date all the wrong people. Learn by doing. This is the time to see what you've really got. See if you can hack it, to search your new city, your new feelings, to be honest. Because this is a brilliant little window. The world is daring you to do something big, expecting you to fail and try and scream and cry, to be brave and foolish, searching and strong. For these few years, you're free and forgiven. Get stronger, get smarter. It's on you right now to find what's new and next, to find your match, to find yourself. 60 years from now, when life's scars have become lessons and the many risks have become rewards, these are the images that will surface. These are the years that you'll remember. This is the time.
Gosh, how are you now? You're good. You're good, baby doll. You're good. Okay, so because I thought that was quite lovely. And again, you have a nice voice. So all I'm going to ask for, just because I think you have extra range and ability, is now do just a little storyteller shift to the end. When you get up to the 60 years, you can even be like, all of a sudden pretend you're slightly older, kind of like time collapses. And now that I'm looking back, I'm going to tell you, kids. So just so all I'm asking for is you slow down a hair at the end, like, and just, because so often people will say, if you would save the money now, you'll have it later. I'm not listening to you. If you jump on that hard pavement, and you'll get shin splints, I don't care. So it's like a lot of times, we're just not going to listen to the message in our youth. I mean, I was there. I remember. So just go get that, just slow down a hair. And this is very subtle. I mean, this is advanced stuff to give me that like wise storyteller from 60 on. All right. So
Okay.
overall, again, for everyone, a wonderful example. You're definitely ready to work, honestly. Well, why don't we just pick it up from that list of twos? Define what's new and next. Define yourself. So that and also for copywriting, those of you who write or pay attention to this, the power of three. When you repeat a phrase, to do this, to do that, to do that, it kind of has a natural music and a rhythm to it. So you can work that if you know anything about playing music, people write things in the score, get louder, fortissimo, go slower, andante, walking. So a lot of that's Italian. But still, people mark the score to indicate how it should be performed. We do that with voiceover text too. Sometimes you make a mental note. Sometimes you write it down. Sometimes there's software programs where you can overwrite, like somebody went in there and crossed the button. Great. So any of those kinds of things that help you personalize the score, the script, make it easy to remember difficult pronunciations or words, that's great. So Tennille, you're terrific. Pick it up from that list of 222 and then start slowing down and be even more looking back on the past with the wisdom of life experience. So you don't have to sound like an old, oh my God, I'm old and crotchety, but just add just another layer of wisdom to that end of the read. Okay.
Okay. To find what's new and next. To find your match. To find yourself. 60 years from now, when life scars have become lessons and many risks have become rewards, these are the images that will surface. These are the years you'll remember. This is the time.
Nice. And just a very subtle variation there. Good job, dear. That's terrific. No other notes. Lovely. Okay. Well, I'm going to quit on a high note. That was really good. Okay, beautiful. So let's see. Tess, are you up next, Narvik? I think it's you.
Yes, ma'am. I'm
Okay,
ready.
excellent. So then after Tess, let's have Erica, and last but certainly not least, Walter, who had all these wonderful examples to listen to. All right. So Tess, let's hear it.
Alrighty. This is the time to screw up. Date all the wrong people. Learn by doing. This is the time to see what you've really got. See if you can hack it. To search your new city, your new feelings. To be honest, because of this brilliant little window, the world is daring you to do something big, expecting you to fail and try and scream and cry. To be brave and foolish, searching and strong. For these few years, you're free and forgiven. Get stronger, get smarter. It's on you right now to find what's new and next, to find your match, to find yourself. 60 years from now, when life's scars have become lessons and the many risks have become rewards, these are the images that will surface. These are the years you'll remember. This is the time.
Again, another just an excellent read. And you have this, I mean, and I don't want to be insulting in any way. I don't know if you're a little bit older than the other students, but there's this wisdom quality, this life experience quality in your voice that makes me think you might be slightly more mature. And sometimes that's just, I've had this voice since I was 26. So, sometimes that's just who we are. But I think what's nice about it, it's not girlish, but it's very relatable. It's very real. And it's like, that's a voice I could listen to for hours. If you were telling me a book or, you were reading the sports manual, you're telling me how to heal after the tendonitis, I'd believe that voice. So really, it was an excellent, either Tennille just gave such an amazing example that you just followed. But honestly, though you both were very different, you're both very relatable, very real doing this. So good work. Good work.
Thank you. I am a little bit older, so I've come back to school after years because of the pandemic. So
okay. Well, I'm so glad that you're here. But a cool thing about voice acting is right now that very girlish light quality is in. That's a popular thing. And even when I was young, I never had that. When I was young, a woman's voice was really, that those preferred. It's like, oh, good, I can do that. So, but you have this real person. This is a big thing in commercials. Don't sell it. I don't want you to sound like an actor. I want a real person. And you sound real. So what I wrote down, very real, relatable. Maybe being a little older, you have some life experience. You appreciate being back in school for different reasons. You know, it's a new opportunity, a new chapter. But whatever, you're ready to do this. I mean, you have a really good sound. So if you like, I mean, you may not, you know, I couldn't remember, I took down some notes. I don't remember if you're one of our theater people. No, sports coaching, video interest. Oh, voice interest. Okay. Well, whoever's encouraged you was not a dum-dum. You know, you do have a good speaking voice. And when you present this kind of material, it didn't sound like copywriting. It sounded like real advice. So that's high praise. It sounded like real advice. You made each line its own little bit of journey wisdom that you were. So again, maybe it's the coach in you. Maybe it's that helping others, or, you know, it could be from life experience, being a parent, all kinds of things. But I hear something in there that's very appealing. And I do think it's something advertisers or an author might respond to. So much encouragement. Okay, nice work.
Thank you for the feedback.
Absolutely. Okay. So up next, I think we're at Erica, correct? Yes, I think so. All right, darling, let's hear it.
This is the time to screw up, date all the wrong people, learn by doing. This is the time to see what you've really got. See if you can hack it, to search your new city, your new feelings, to be honest. Because for this brilliant little window, the world is daring you to do something big, expecting you to fail and try and scream and cry, to be brave and foolish, searching and strong. For these few years, you're free and forgiven. Get stronger, get smarter. It's on you right now to find what's new and next, to find your new match, to find yourself. 60 years from now, when life's scars have become lessons and the many risks have become rewards, these are the images that will surface. These are the years you'll remember. This is the time.
Okay, nice. I heard there's a lot of kind of natural rhythms that are written into the copy. And so I'd love for you to try the first half again and just try to think of it, because it ain't Shakespeare, but there are a couple like brilliant little poetic moments and phrases in there. Try to think of each line as an individual sentence, unless it's like a run on to the next one, but sort of an individual thought. And then another thought. And then this thought is slightly different, just so we don't get what I call sometimes caught in a pattern. And I think with theater training, we naturally look for, the to be or not to be. We look for the onomatopoeia. We look for the natural rhythm that's in the writing. And sometimes we can forget that we can make it a little more individual. So I just want to just shake it off. I know you've heard some great, it's hard. Like I've already heard people do it 6 times. This is hard. Let it go. I just want to hear the Erica version at the beginning, and just take each, kind of like I was just mentioning to Tess, each thought, each pearl of wisdom, think of it as a separate thought. Even if we don't have good pace, even if you breathe in between and then do the next little thought and breathe. And then I just want to try to make it even more conversational if possible. Just let's do the first third. Okay. So this is the time when you're ready.
And where do you want me to stop at?
Oh, okay, sweetie. Say, I love brilliant. We have to get through brilliant and window. Why don't we get through fail and try and scream and cry?
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
This is the time to screw up, date all the wrong people, learn by doing. This is the time to see what you've really got. See if you can hack it, to search your new city, your new feelings, to be honest. Because for this brilliant little window, the world is daring you to do something big, expecting you to fail and try and scream and cry.
Okay. Learn by doing. Let's see if there's maybe just a little more action on any of these verbs. So we're doing. Is that another one? Let's see. There aren't too many. Search. It's not very action oriented, because they're searching, there's doing, Well, date. Yeah. Okay. It's just again, I'm just trying to sort of break a pattern. I'm still kind of hearing it, but again, you're reading well. You're not making any mistakes. You're doing fine. It's just trying to make it a little more idiosyncratic and special to you. Let's pick up the storytelling part at the end. 60 years from now, when you look back on a night like this with your friends, you'll think these were the great times. So I'm not going to use actual copy, so I don't give you line reading, but just try to take it from 60 years from now. Just slow it down like it's been a beautiful summer with all your besties, and now, we did it. The project's over, and thank God we all took this chance. So just kind of, as an actor, put yourself in that moment. You're on the beach with your friends. You're in the woods. It's nighttime. Tell me about 60 years from now. Take all the time you want.
60 years from now, when life's scars have become lessons and the many risks have become rewards, these are the images that will surface. These are the years you'll remember. This is the time.
Okay. Thank you for making those adjustments. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Walter, do you have any questions? You want to just plunge in?
We can just go on.
Let's go. All right. Try to read it verbatim, sweetie. I know that's challenging, but let's go. Okay.
All right. I just need to get closer to my mic.
Me too. The type is teeny tiny. I'm like up there, like eating it.
All right. This is the time to screw up. Date all the wrong people. Learn by doing. This is the time to see what you've really got. See if you can hack it. Man, I'm getting into a rhythm. Sorry.
Thank you. Okay, you recognize it. I didn't have to tell you. Good job. Okay. So let's start with the second. That this is the time to do this or to do that. Right. Try to make each thought its own separate idea. Okay.
This is the time to screw up. Date all the wrong people. Learn by doing. This is the time to see what you've really got. See if you can hack it, to search your new city, your new feelings, to be honest. Because for this brilliant little window, the world is daring you to do something big, expecting you to fail and try and scream and cry, to be brave and foolish, searching and strong. For these few years, you're free and forgiven. Get stronger, get smarter. It's on you right now to find what's new and next, to find your match, to find yourself. 60 years from now, when life's scars have become lessons and the many risks have become rewards, these are the images that will surface. These are the years you'll remember. This is the time.
Okay, well, the overall approach is very good. There's a few, things that got a little slurpy. We want to get stronger, get smarter. It was heading towards git, G-I-T, like a git. And I know that you're not stuck doing that, so you just have to be mindful of it. Get stronger, get smarter. So I'd like to hear those two again. And risks have become rewards. You'll have to slow down a little bit more to get all those SKS sounds and those R's in there, okay?
Yeah.
So where's the get stronger and get smarter? Is that partway through? Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So get stronger, full sentence. Get smarter.
All right.
It's on you right now to find what's new next, to find your match, to find yourself. So I did all of those completely separate from each other in terms of both the approach and the pacing. So I want you to do that, Walter, so you don't get stuck in the pattern rut. Okay. You heard it the first time. And again, your reading was good. So I didn't want to stop you, but I just want you to break it up even a little bit more. So each thought is an independent idea. So let's start with our getting, no getting. Okay, get stronger. And I have a friend who's Russian, and I'm also work with her on her accent. So one of the things we do is we rhyme the boo-boo word with words we never make mistake, like pet. She never calls it a pit. So pet, get, bet. So I hear very clearly the difference between, it's a little bit, and I bet. So many times people who start to say get, they don't really hear it. So say, forget, get. Most of the time we wouldn't say forget unless we're really doing a rural accent on purpose. But lots of us push towards get rather than get. Okay, so Walter, I know you can do it. Let's pick it up from get stronger, get smarter to the end.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
there we go. So rhyme for pet, bet, get. You don't have to do those
Or
out loud, but to yourself.
get,
Get,
oh yeah,
get,
forget,
get
get,
stronger, get smarter.
get stronger, get smart, get stronger, get smarter. Does that sound better?
Really close, really close.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on the right track. Mhm.
Get stronger, or yeah,
Yeah.
get stronger, get smarter. It's on you right now to find what's new and next, to find your match, to find yourself. 60 years from now, when life's scars have become lessons and the many risks have become rewards, these are the images that will surface. These are the years that you'll remember. This is the time.
Okay, good. And you could give this is the time. Give it a little more ta-ta at the end, a little more present. Okay.
Yeah.
Crab cakes, bring it up. Damn, this is good. Okay. This is the time.
Oh, you want me to say it again?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah,
While we
gotcha.
take it from these are the images that we'll do the 60s. Rewards was perfect. Many risks. So say the word just risk.
Risk.
Perfect. Now hit that K a little harder, friend. Risk.
Risk.
Ooh, that's so pretty. Okay, risks. And I really have to make myself put that on. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it's natural. It's like I have to make myself. Risks. Your turn.
Risks.
Okay. So now I know it's extra work, but it sounds so much better that way. All right. 60 years and then we're done and moving on to the next piece.
All right. 60 years from now, when life's scars have become lessons and the many risks have become rewards.
He just stopped.
These are the images that will surface. These are
That's
the
fine.
years you'll remember. This is the time.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Walter is a very good sport. I'm very picky with him because we love his voice and he's a good actor. So we just have to get on him for clarity. Okay. Nice work, friends. All right. Let's move on to the next little chunk of stuff. I think we have we have a little anime short character stuff coming up. Can we screen
Can I
share?
ask a quick question?
Yes, please.
When you say that you're getting into a pattern, what exactly do you mean?
Well, sometimes it helps if you tape it and listen back. So the pattern might be, let's see, get stronger, get smarter. It's on you right now to find what's new and next, to find your match, to find yourself. So sometimes you won't
I
realize
hear
it's
it.
really the similar inflection. Now, I
Okay.
did the da-da on purpose to make it really clear. More likely people will just kind of trail off. More likely they might go, it's on you right now to find what's new and next, to find your match, to find yourself. And so then that
Okay.
would be kind of like an absence of energy, but it's saying kind of like you're not doing anything new or different with each line. They're all pretty much the same line reading with different words inserted. Many times we
Okay.
can hear that. So when I do an example, I kind of overdo it. But if you go back and I think the class is being taped. So anyone who's interested could go back after I've harped on someone for that, go, oh, I hear it here. Because sometimes we don't, when you're
Okay.
doing it, you try not to be watching yourself doing it. You try just to be in the moment acting. And the best voice acting, and this is a technical thing, sounds like it's happening now. Like the feelings being experienced are happening now. If someone's doing an audiobook and I'm being chased by the bad guy, I want my listener to think I'm really in peril now because it's much more exciting that way, right? So it takes sometimes a while for an actor to one, read clearly and not screw up, and then two, read with good acting intentions, and then three, give it that sense of immediacy. And some people just have it. Some people have glorious voices and tons of talent. And mom and dad read, they got it. But most of us have to learn that. And I had to learn how to do some things better, and other things were thankfully kind of a gift. And also, if you guys all speak well, if your parents believe in education, if you had good examples, older brothers and sisters, went to church, had good teachers, it's amazing how we can, sort of define how we handle the world and culture by how we speak and express ourselves. So everybody here has ability. Everybody here has a nice voice. So yay. For some people, it's just easier than others. And other people are on a learning curve. Like they'll get it, but they might not get it today. And that's okay. And then some people, like I was telling Daniel, there might be a bunch of things he can do well, but as soon as I heard his voice, I thought e-learning. So sometimes we find a niche where we're just great and we don't have to do that much. Just show up and don't screw up, now's the time. But there's other things where like, oh, I really had to work hard to get it, but I got it. And it's exciting to do that too. So I will always push you towards things I identify as like, oh, you're good at this right now. But that doesn't limit you. You are not limited by me or anything other people say. You are only limited by, your willingness to get in there and keep trying. Okay. Thank you. Good question. But let's move on.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Let's move on. I don't have screen share capability, so I don't know who's doing that for us. I just have Abercrombie and Fitch in front of me. Can we see the next thing? Is there a way to advance to? Oh, yay. Thank you very much, screen share gods and goddesses. I'm clueless on these things. Okay. So colorful scene themed game and character. Okay. This is fun. All right. Silly stuff. And we prefer to call them squids. Short character takes an anime squid. Okay, so let's get a couple volunteers for our little. This is just kind of a really play because I do want to make sure we get all of our exertion stuff. That's quick, and then we have the short character takes. Okay, good. So I just make sure we get to do a little bit of everything. I'd love to take 3 volunteers to be Dr. T.T. Gilfin, okay? And that's like, just create a colorful character. Oh, hello there, Dr. T.T. Gilfin here. I mean, you could do a British accent. You could be, what, Dr. T.T. Gilfin here? I mean, you can change gender. You can change your age. It's a cartoon. I mean, nobody really is this person. It's it's silly. So, but you want to do it as if you believe you're this person and you create a voice that is as 3-dimensional as possible. So there may be little exclamations or laughter or, extra unspoken things that are not in the actual text, but, add to the character. So let's see what happens. I'll volunteers first before I make a few assignments. Anybody? Good. Okay. Tanil. All right. Beautiful. And I see Tess, you look shy, but you're going to be second. Who else wants to give it a shot? How about you, Erica? You're a theater person. I bet you got a fun character up your sleeve. Okay, let's do Tanil, Tess, and Erica, and then we'll see if we have any more volunteers, or we'll move on to more material. Okay, so remember, you can change your gender, you can change your age, you can pick an accent. Let's have fun. All right, Tanil, I saw that lovely smile. Lay one on us here.
Okay. Oh my goodness, I have a couple ideas.
Okay.
Ah, hello there. Dr. T.T. Gilfin here. How are you? Work here at the Squid Research Lab is going swimmingly, as it is our job to present research on the ecological curiosities of the fascinating squid creature. This particular squid can, in fact, transform into a humanoid. In squid form, they can dive into the water and become one with their ink. And while in humanoid form, they can utilize various tools to cover turf with it. Well, we have officially named this breed of squid Inkling. We prefer to just call them squids.
Really adorable. Great. Were you kind of German Russian? I wasn't sure.
I'm not. I just like Euro.
No, Eurotrash. No, that was really fun. That was really quite adorable. I love the particular. That was really great. Fascinating squid creature. Could you just give us even more, the fascinating squid creature? Maybe slow it down just a hair, because in a way, that's the first time there's 2 heroes in this little bit. There's T.T. Gilfin and there's the squid creature, or squid creature, however you want to stress it. But I just want to make sure squid and creature are really like lifted up on your tray of squid calamari, bring it right up there. Okay, so let's see. Work here at the Squid Research Lab. You're just so darling. I just want you to do that one through. Really introduce fascinating squid creature, almost like you're pulling off the cape off of the aquarium top.
Okay. Work here at the Squid Research Lab is going swimmingly, and it is our job to present research on the ecological curiosities of this fascinating squid creature.
Oh, that was great. And so 2 things to share with everyone else. She just jumped in and took a great chance on the accent. You did it very well, but even if it wasn't exactly, who knows, authentic or accurate, it was just so much fun, right? And if I got that, I would not have a clue who you were, what you look like. I would just think, this is a really fun voice actor. this is someone who deserves to be in the studio doing fun things. And obviously, as if you do, pursue anime or if you watch it, just so you know, I'm a big one for rehearsal. But for an anime script, you can't rehearse. It's all protected material. They won't let you have it. I mean, they're not allowed to. Like Sony says no. So you don't even get it in the waiting room, right? When you go to a theater audition, Erica, and maybe it's a new play, so you only get the sides, the little script pieces, just a few minutes before, maybe. In anime, you don't get to practice at all. You can't take it to the ladies' room and cram for a second while you run the water. You only get it when you're in the studio and the monitors are in front of you because of the protected status of the material. I mean, I'm not going to sell it to the internet, but I guess some people are just crazy fans and they can't take that chance. So the good thing is, Tennille, you can create on the spot. Now, I know you guys had access to the script. Some of you probably looked at them, maybe others didn't. But the fact is, you probably didn't know exactly what you were going to do. And you said you had a couple of ideas. Always having a crop of great ideas, a stable of voices behind you is so smart. So anyway, wonderful fun. Tess, give it a shot. I know it'll be completely different. Let's hear it. And, tell, again, in your kind of coaching demeanor, let's find out what kind of character comes out.
Supposed to follow that? Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Let's try this.
I'll do a paragraph of nerd. That'll just shake it off. We'll completely, we don't have to, we can let the brilliance of Tennille go to the wayside and do something different.
Hello there, Dr. T.T. Gilfin here. How are you? Work here at the Squid Research Lab is going swimmingly, as it is our job to present research on the ecological curiosities of this fascinating squid creature.
Okay, so total, I mean, I couldn't get more nerdy if I lived in my nose. So, all right, so shake off what she did. You're going to do 1,000 ways, like jazz. But a lot of ways to play this. Okay. Jazz it up for us. Have some fun.
Okay. Hello there. Dr. T.T. Gilfin here. How are you? Work here at the Squid Research Lab is going swimmingly, as it is our job to present research on the ecological curiosity. I'm going to back it up.
That's good.
As it is our job to present research on the ecological curiosities of this fascinating squid creature. This particular squid can, in fact, transform into an humanoid. In squid form, they can dive into and become one with their ink. And while in humanoid form, they can utilize various tools to cover turf with it. While we have officially named this breed the squid of inkling, we prefer to just call them squids.
That's adorable. Great. So for someone who, doesn't primarily do this for their living, you were very game. It was lots of fun. And the kind of the gender flip thing worked really well. So again, thank you for playing. Nice work. Okay, Erica, have you got some fun theatrical approach on this?
I had two of them. It was also going to be a gender flip like Tess just did.
I love it. Give it a shot. Give us your favorite one first.
Okay.
Hello there, Dr. T.T. Gilfin here. How are you? Work here at the Squid Research Lab is going swimmingly, as it is our job to present research on the ecological curiosities of this fascinating squid creature. This particular squid can, in fact, transform into a humanoid. In squid form, they can dive into and become one with their ink. And while in humanoid form, they can utilize various tools to cover turf with it. While we have officially named this breed of squid the inkling, we prefer to just call them squids.
That was an excellent voice and very believable, very matter of fact, very scientifically. Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, good. And the voice was very believable, definitely male. And what was kind of cool is that you didn't sound like a female trying to push her voice down. You just sounded what I would call male energy. You had a sort of a male energy, which is not often easy to get. I mean, a lot of women just struggle and sound goofy. You didn't struggle. You didn't sound goofy at all.
Yeah, my voice has kind of naturally been low
It's a deeper resonant sound, but it's it's pretty yummy. So what I would love for you to do in that kind of deep resonant sound, because you were very matter of fact, not particularly emotionally engaged, you were just like a scientist. Go ahead in the part that's in the quotes. Well, we have officially named this breed of squid the Inkling. We prefer to call them squids. See if you can do a contrast between kind of pontificate the part that's in the quotes, and then just back to that kind of regular guy for the last line. Just see if you can do a little shift there. So more elaborate in the announcement of the official name, right? And when you're an official, you're more of a big pompous jerk. And then when you're yourself, you kick your shoes off, loosen your tie.
Well, we have officially named this breed of squid the Inkling. We just prefer to call them squids.
Okay, good. So yes, that what I was going for was that transition, and you made it nicely done. That was excellent. Okay, all three of you guys, really fun, all different, cool. Again, just so we sort of stay on our schedule, let's continue to move along. And if there's somebody who's like, oh, I really want to read it, let me know. Otherwise, we have other things to do. So the next things we have just the 4, 1 through 4. If we could get the short character takes all visible. Right now I can see 1 through 4, and I don't know if there's more because it's hidden from me. Okay, good, perfect. That's it, perfect, the 1 through 4. So this is what I think would be fun. Let's pick like little teams of 2. So like you'll do 1 and 3, and then the other person will do 2 and 4, and then we'll flip. So you get to read them all, but you don't have to read one after the other, because I want you to don't think of them as coming from the same scene. They could be from the same show, but they would not be in the same scene. So I want you to change up your voice and your acting intentions as we go through. So let me go back to my list of names. So let's have Walter and Vienna first. So Walter, you'll be 1 and 3, my friend. Vienna will be 2 and 4. Okay. Then Daniel and Tennille. Daniel, you'll be 1 and 3. Then Tennille, you'll be 2 and 4. And then Tess and Erica. Tess, you'll be 1 and 3. Erica, you'll be 2 and 4. And ideally, we'll flip, but that way, at least you know what to prepare for. Okay. So Walter, my friend, let's hear it.
So how?
And make sure you're unmuted. Vienna and Walter, unmuted. Okay.
Oh yeah. So I just had questions. I still have no idea how to pronounce.
Shigure, like almost like Sugar Ray, almost like the boxer. Shigure, like Shira, S-H-E, yeah. And then goo, and then Ray. Shigure.
Shigure.
Perfect. Say it with confidence. I'll say it, then you say it. Shigure.
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 Good. Everybody, because you're all going to say this, right, guys? So everybody practice once. If you feel embarrassed, look to the side. Shigure.
Shigure.
Well, okay, say Sugar Ray.
Sugar Ray.
Easy, right? Now go Shigure.
Shigure.
Okay. Think I'm eating sushi. Shigure.
Yeah, because this is a Japanese name, right?
Yeah. Oh, yes. And in an anime, it's all the time. It's like Yarume. Shigure.
Shigure. Now, because like I practiced like some Japanese back in school, so I was like, I mean, obviously it's a Japanese name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I had a show was the Morose Mononokean. Whenever I saw Mononokean, I thought I cannot pronounce that. I actually would have to make them like put a slash between all the syllables because it was so teeny. And they're cuckoo names. I mean, we don't usually say Archibald. We call someone Archie. Right? Beauregard would just be Beau. So Shigure, they might be she, but so the thing, if you're trying to spell it, S-H-E, like the word she, gu, G-O, gu, R-A-Y, Shigure. But you say it really quick. Think Japanese. I mean, you're tiny and perfect and way, way, way cleaner than I am. Shigure. If I think that I'm in the country, if I think that I'm, eating the cuisine, if I think that I'm wearing the beautiful clothing, I can play that character. So for those of you who need that, let's, kind of put yourself in the place. Shigure, and then we have another name down here, don't we? No, I think that's the only name that came up in this one. All right. Yeah. Taki has been in a few of my scripts. Okay, here we go.
All right.
So don't expect me to marry Shigure or anyone else you select for me. Go, Walter.
All right. Don't expect me to marry Shigure or anyone else you select for me. I know you wouldn't even have me married to please your parents, so don't think I'm any different.
Okay. Vienna.
Make no mistake. We can win this competition with the right master teacher.
Walter?
Don't you think... Oh. Don't you think I was... sorry.
Did you think
I was going to let you get away with that betrayal? Get him, and don't let him out of your sight.
I'm sorry I broke the magical goblet. I think I can just glue it back together.
Oh, sweet, Vienna. Great. Okay, flip rolls now. Vienna 1 and 3, Walter 2 and 4.
Don't expect me to marry Shigure or anyone else you select for me. I know you wouldn't have married to please your parents, so don't think I'm any different.
Make no mistake, we can win this competition with the right master teacher.
Did you think I was going to let you get away with that betrayal? Get him, and don't let him out of your sight.
I'm sorry I broke your magical goblet. Think I can just glue it back together?
Okay. Well, when you flipped, you both read, very well. Go ahead and you get him and don't let him out of your sight was great, Vienna. And overall, I think you're just a wonderful voice for anime, Vienna. So if you have someone that you might reach out to, because you took classes at Stage West, of course, and I'll be working with you later today. Beth Bando. I think Beth has some friends in the animation world and casting, which I don't. I mean, I work up there, but I'm not like buddies with the people who cast. But you should just ask her if she's got any contacts for you, because I think you are a really good match for anime. And now that they're doing things remotely, it might be not so implausible that you live in Atlanta area or you live elsewhere and we're working up here, because for a while you had to go to the studios always, but now that's not what, people are working from home. So you might, also, if in your area there's any video game producers and that kind of work, I would definitely pursue it. Nice, you guys. If I could just hear from you, Vienna,
Yes.
did you think I was going to let you get away with that? But so slow, spit each word out, so it's more venomous. And because then you exploded on get him. That was great. So slow, contained, poison. I am so mad at you, I can barely speak. That kind of voice.
Okay.
But, yeah, take a breath.
Did you think I was going to let you get away with that betrayal?
Nice. Great. It took the direction, took the note perfectly, slowed it down, got really intense, spit each word out. You could all hear everything perfectly articulated. It's good to be able to do that, and you did it well. Thank you, sweetie.
Okay,
all right,
thank
and
you.
thanks, Walter. The lines on 2 and 4 really suited you very well. As always, we have to work to read verbatim, but good guys. Let's move on to Daniel and Tennille.
Ooh, all right.
Unmute yourself if you haven't already. And Shigure is how we're going to say that first name.
Shigure.
Yeah, perfect. Oh, yeah, you got it, man.
Shigure.
Shigure?
Sounds better than I did, at least. Just go for it.
All right.
And I want to point out that Vienna really made you wouldn't have married, but you really sounded like the outraged child being pushed into marriage. That was great. And I mean, that still happens in some culture, yeah, I'm not doing that. Okay, here we go.
All right. Don't expect me to marry Shigure or anyone else you select for me. I know you wouldn't have married to please your parents, so don't think I'm any different.
Should I just go, or do you?
Yes, sweetie.
Okay.
Jump in, sweetie.
Make no mistake, we can win this competition with the right master teacher.
Do you really think I was gonna let you get away with that betrayal? Get him! And don't let him out of your sight.
Oh, geez. I'm sorry I broke the magical gauntlet. I think I can just glue it back together.
Cute. Okay, fun. And nice, Tennille, that you changed that up. I would love Tennille to read number 2 again, a little bit more of that kind of grit in your voice. Make no mistake. Winning is everything. It's life and death. So you could slow down. So you were very believable. It was fine. It was naturalistic. Now more grit and more like the stakes are higher. I want to hear that difference.
Make no mistake, we can win this competition with the right master teacher.
Great adjustment. Good job, guys. Flip rolls. You were terrific. All of you. The Shigure was really cool. So let's put Tennille up first. And same thing from you, Daniel. Kind of quiet grit in your voice. Like, I mean this, for number 2. Okay, when you're ready.
Don't expect me to marry Shigure or anyone else you select for me.
I know you wouldn't have married to please your parents, so don't think that I'm any different.
Make no mistake. We can win this competition with the right master teacher.
Did you think I was going to let you get away with that betrayal? Get him! And don't let him out of your sight!
I'm sorry I broke the magic goblet. Think I could just glue it back together?
Okay, good, you guys. That was very fun. Again, nice choices. In the world of anime, those reads were very believable. Good work, guys. Fun. All right, let's move on to our next pairing. Tess and Erica. I think Tess is 1 and Erica's 2. And so when you're ready, unmute yourselves. Let's read and then we'll flip.
You ready, Erica?
Yeah.
Yay.
Okay.
And changing gender, changing age, all that is totally allowed and fun. And going really cartoony or trying to be believable. Make bold choices. I'm ready.
Okay. Don't expect me to marry Shigure or anyone else you select for me. I know you wouldn't have married to please your parents, so don't think I'm any different.
Make no mistake, we can win this competition with the right master teacher.
Did you think I was going to let you get away with that betrayal? Get him, and don't let him out of your sight.
I'm sorry I broke the magical goblet. Think I can just glue it back together?
Okay, nice. That Erica, very believable in the end. It's just like, oops, I screwed up, kind of like, the younger sister, the servant, whatever. Why don't you try to be just a really little girl this time, okay? Just want to hear something different with your voice. So stretch it up higher. I've got a low voice too, but I'm going to try to sing it. I'm going to think I'm 9. No, I'm 7. Think younger, good theater training. Put yourself there. Oh my gosh, mommy, I broke it. Oh. So see what happens. We have a little girl voice.
I'm sorry I broke the magical goblet. Think I can just glue it back together?
Better? Good. You definitely sounded younger in age. Can you even go a little higher? I can't, CJ, it hurts. If you're straining your voice, don't do it. But can you even go a little higher and more girlish? Again, because for a range, like if you had to do an audiobook, you had to play all the characters. So you'd be wonderful as the mom, the protagonist. But then when you had to play your little toddler, and sometimes I do have to be a 3-year-old in a scene, and it won't be pages of it, but you might have to do several lines, believably as a little kid. So let's just go really youthful, make her even a little higher, a little more girlish pitch. See what happens.
I'm sorry I broke the magical goblet. Think I can just glue it back together?
Nice, thank you. Thanks, a good stretch there. Completely different from your regular speaking voice and a stretch. So nice work, ladies. You did it. Let's flippity flip.
Don't expect me to marry Shigure or anyone else you select for me. I know you wouldn't have married to please your parents, so don't think I'm any different.
Make no mistake, we can win this competition with the right master teacher.
Did you think I was going to let you get away with that betrayal? Get him, and don't let him out of your sight.
I'm so sorry I broke the magical goblet. I think I can just glue it back together.
Cute, good. Tess, just a little more grit on the make no mistake. Also, those are 2 final K sounds. And a lot of us in real life, I would just go make instead of go make, really close that K. But for that kind of grit of the person, like, we're in the, kids, come around. We can do it. That huddle pep talk. Hit those Ks a little harder. Make no mistake. That. Yeah, and breathe. Okay. We can win. All that, those percussive sounds. Can, competition, make, mistake. Okay. So you both read very well. So I'm just asking for an adjustment. Give us some more grit there. Hit all those Ks. And then let's see. For you, Erica, let you get. It wasn't lit you get, but it wasn't quite as yummy as sounds. Let you get. Really stretch it. And sometimes we just stretch our voice out a little bit more. Away with that betrayal. So slow it down and like unbelievable. I can't believe you would think I'm this dumb. That kind of quality, okay? So for both of you, small adjustments, and let's hear 2 and 3 again, please.
Make no mistake, we can win this competition with the right master teacher.
Thank you.
Did you think I was going to let you get away with that betrayal? Get him and don't let him out of your sight.
Okay, good. Both those gets were much better. And just make sure to let. To let you? You think I would to let you? That was heading a little towards to lit. Not quite as full of eh. Each other time the S sound came up, eh and get, let were perfect. So just the first part again. Did you, and I loved your, did you think, it was just full of contempt and irritation. It was good. Did you think I was going to let you get away with that betrayal? One more time. So let, real, I have to kind of stretch out my mouth to get the full sound. Okay, your turn.
Did you think I was going to let you get away with that betrayal?
Okay, good. All right. Thank you for your, thanks for stretching. Thanks for working. Very fun, you guys. Let's go on to efforting because we've got a few more minutes here. I think it's the next little chunk below the where it says number 4. Yes. Okay, fun. So this happens a lot, especially in anime. Not so much in audiobooks. They usually don't have us do a lot of acting that's not in the script. You know, even when it'll say she sighed, okay, I'll just add the sigh to my line. I won't go, okay. I won't usually do that. She sighed, okay. I will speak the line in dialogue with the directive of a sigh, or if it'll say, she whispered, I won't do that. She whispered, are you coming? So I will, whatever the directive is from the author, she exclaimed, I'm a little louder. It's like it'd be a detective. That's the clue on how you're supposed to perform it. It's right there. But usually you don't add anything. However, in anime, and I'm sure in video games too, because the times I've done them, my part was always scripted, except maybe laughs, crazy laughs. But there'll be a lot of stuff where, there's a war, there is a banquet, there is a response, a revulsion, where people are acting, and it'll put in parentheses, OM gasp, open mouth gasp, CT sneer, clenched teeth sneer. So there's like a little code. So they don't actually give you words to say, but you still have to act. So that's why this kooky stuff is in there. So physical or emotional sound effects on demand, exertion. It really, like, you have to kind of actually get into it, and you have to imagine you're holding up, the 50-pound anvil, or slinging the big bag of dog food. So, it can't go, because that doesn't sound good at all. All right. So we're going to just take turns. Let me kind of go through my list. So Walter, you're going to be exertion, Vienna, pain, and fear. Let's have Tennille on fear. And then triumph will be Tess, revulsion, Daniel. And then I think if I skip some, we'll just work back around if I miss anybody. Did I miss anybody?
Me.
Okay. Oh, Erica. Okay. Then we'll go back to the top, and you'll be exertion too. So you'll be our second exertion. So first exertion, Walter, go down the list, followed by Erica, rounding back up the top.
All right.
Okay. Going. Yes. And now really pretend it's a big effort. You're closing the tomb door. You're picking up if you don't pick up the car, your friend's going to be crushed and die. So you really got to go for it. Let's hear it. Okay, good. The sounds were great. Take them all the way to the end. So listen to this. Now I'm going to lift it up and place. Where you lift it up and then you place it. Okay.
All right. Oh, so I'm lifting something up.
Yeah, why not? Just kind of finish the sound. Like
gotcha.
Yeah. Good. Now one more time, even like a little more fluid. And I have to really kind of pantomime it. It helps me if I kind of have a physical motion. I do better acting. Okay.
Yeah, same.
Good. Yeah, you were going, and then you either stopped, the door stopped, or you got it into place again. All right, good job. All right, so let's have some pain, my little friend.
Okay.
So big, loud, sharp pain, and then quiet pains afterwards. You know, when the pain was a little while ago, but it still hurts.
Great. Okay. Sorry. So one leg.
Okay. I've hit you. I've smacked you. Bang! Right through the. I came right through the hunter. Oh. Okay.
Okay. Got it.
So I'll count you down. So on 1, 2, 3, you stub your toe really hard. You get smacked. Something. The table drops on your foot. Something awful. 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Good. Keep going.
Oh God.
Yeah. Oh. Right. That's good, honey. All right. So one more time. 3, 2, 1. Sharp pain. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Oh God.
All right, good. Yeah. And also, again, if it were anime, they'd probably say, okay, you got to do that. And you'd watch on the screen, you'd see the animation going, the acting coming out of the, Japanese lip flaps. Sometimes you'll hear the other Americans that have added their voices, but sometimes you don't. You just hear everything in Japanese. They cue you when your character's talking, so you do know. And then you try to kind of follow the lip flaps, but sometimes they'll have you like crying, or wincing off camera. So the action's going by, the soldiers are smacking it out and you're over here under some rubble, just suffering. And they'll just say, keep suffering until you see this, then it like the scene changes and you're done. So with all of these exertion things, guys, be ready to sustain them. Keep them going, okay? Until they say cut. Because it's much easier just to take out the extra, right? If you stop too soon and there's a gap, it's hard for the editing guys to fix that. So, and again, we're embarrassed. It feels stupid. So we want to be done quickly. Try to let that part go. Just act, wallow in it, have fun. All right. So let's go on to what's next. Oh, we've got fear. Okay, fear's up next. And who's next for us? Is it Daniel? Oh, it's you. Right. Great. Tennille. All right. So fear. So I'm going to go 3, 2, 1. We're going to open the closet and there's something ghastly inside. Okay. So whatever you need to prepare, you're walking up. You don't expect it to be terrible, or maybe you do. You're dreading. Who knows? 3, 2, 1. Open the door. Really good. Really good. Good. Great first sharp intake. Now, so we're going to do another sharp intake and then just, the horror keeps going vocally. Keep making, like now it's coming towards you sort of thing. Okay. So, all right, you're walking down the hallway. It's a little creepy, but you don't expect, what horror. And, I have to open this door. 3, 2, 1, open. That was great. That was like full Scooby-Doo. It was really cute. And that goes on, like 3 or 4 seconds. That's not at all unusual. So we do that by motivating. We take deep breaths. Good job. What did you do anything special to help sustain those multiple OOOs? Because I thought those sounded good, Tennille.
I just kind of kept flinching.
Kept flinching, right? And if you do something physical, that helps motivate a more organic voice sound. So good job, everybody. Really fun. Okay. So next up, is it Tess or Daniel? Who's next?
It's me.
Okay, lovely.
Okay.
All right, Tess. So we are up to Triumph.
Okay.
Okay, good. So that had a fabulous sort of vengeance is mine feel to it. How about relief? Like, I like you finished the marathon, you got to the top of the mountain, like, so it is, there is triumph there, but there's also like, oh yes, that, so it's a happier thing rather than like, F you, okay? So
That's definitely how I took it.
there was nothing wrong with that. It was a good. I asked for bold choices. You did not disappoint. So now we're going to make a shift and we're going to go for happy triumph. Okay. Happy relief triumph. Okay. Chugging, chugging, chugging. Finish. You break the finish line tape. Your response. Okay, good. That was definitely relief. And then can aha, that's a harder one to do. Let's see if you can just be really the same aha, but very much a smile in your voice and very positive, like yeah. Maybe yeah is easier to say than aha if you're thinking yes. So you're thinking yes, so you're thinking this is really positive, and here a yeah or a yes. Okay, same kind, but it's rather than my enemy will die triumph, or like I made it and no one thought I could do it, hooray, that kind of thing.
Okay. All right.
There's slightly different adjustments, but good. All right. So up to the finish line, you cross it and
Yes.
nice. Okay, good. Definitely had the yes at last. Great. Okay. Daniel, let's go to gross and revulsion time. So, ew, that's like a normal kind of response that's used like for a response of something that's disgusting or gross. But also there are other, those other, they're not quite written with regular words, but they definitely suggest you're revolted or you might hurl. So, okay. So, I don't know if you've ever lived with roommates or you've been to, like, was just a terrifying party and the next day, oh my, you're walking into the living room, the party room, and oh, what was left in here? So something really revolting could come from real life or your imagination, but just walking down, you don't expect it, you open the door and the smell and what you see is what?
All right. Oh. Oh
Oh God, the yeah, that's very okay. That's very believable sounding.
Oh, thank you. I was
Very,
afraid I was gonna puke my guts out.
it was very believable. And then that was on the real side. On the more cartoony side, kind of ew. I know it's kind of I always think of it as more of like a kid sound or a girl sound, but let's hear your version of ew. Like you're picking up like it's someone's dirty sock, and then there's something stuck to the bottom of it, like ew. So it takes a while to kind of discover how disgusting it is.
Okay.
Okay. Pick it up and
ew.
Okay.
Oh, that's net.
No, you very cute. You nailed it. Very good. So let's rotate back up to the top, and we can still see it perfect. And the lovely Erica, let's hear it. So we're gonna go for exertion. All right. And as an actor, it often helps to like, what am I exerting? Are you in the cellar and the flood is coming and you're pushing your way out? Are you on a spaceship and you've got to get through that pod hatch door? So imagine, it helps to put yourself in a little scenario, kind of create your little backstory. And then wherever you are, get ready to 3, 2, 1, push. Okay. 3, 2, 1, exert. Good. All right, great sound. Let's say I need 2 more takes of that, Erica. Thank you. That was good, but maybe one short, and then one long one. So let's do our short exertion. Maybe like you got inside and you have to bump the door closed or bad air gets in. So 3, 2, 1, bump push. Okay, good. Now let's do the long one, kind of like we did with Walter, where you place it at the end, which is the difference is regular exertion with placement. That oof means I closed the door, I dropped the thing, I stepped away. Okay. So exert and finish.
Okay.
Good, great on the exertion. Can you be even more complete on the maybe if you exhale when you let go of the weight, that'll give it more of a sense of an oral listening sense of completion. So one more time. So you're getting ready, brace yourself. Now push, go girl, go. Better. Okay, good. Well, you guys, this has been a lot of fun today. I think we're kind of at that. We have beat the pony. We've done the deal here. But the things to remember, in this stage in your voice careers, those who don't have it, look for ways that you can record autonomously, where you don't have to pay to go into a studio, where you, if you got opportunities, could record at home or at your best friend's house or your boyfriend's house or your minister, school people that love you. Think of your opportunities where you can do it yourself. The people who are already, having, your YouTube channel, you're great. You have a very good voice for commercials. So definitely go for a demo. Look into the Atlanta talent agents. And if you have your own little home studio, and I imagine you do, if you've got the YouTube channel, you probably know how to produce yourself. You can get agents outside of your geographical area now because everybody is willing to work remotely with voice talent. It used to be like, I'm here in Texas. I'd have to, if I wanted an Austin agent, I had to drive to Austin for all my auditions. That was crazy. I did it once or twice. I thought, this is nuts. And people in Texas, they'll just drive hundreds of, I'm in my truck and I do not care. Well, I didn't grow up like that. I'm sorry. If it's more than 20 miles, I start whining. So the neat thing now, you can do everything at your home computer in your home studio. So those of you who feel ambitious about this, get your home studios together. Look into the things where you have a natural affinity. Daniel, e-learning seems so right for you. I don't know what kind of anime and video game opportunities are in the Atlanta area, but I do know that a lot of showbiz is happening in Atlanta. I watch old-fashioned TV and streaming and Netflix. So many things are produced in Georgia. It's impressive. It really is. Archer, a very fancy schmancy cartoon animation, made in Georgia. So a lot of work is happening close to your campus, and it's kind of thrilling. So and I'm sure you're all better on the internet and, learning how to join groups than I am. Figure out where can you network to meet people who are doing what you're doing and meet people who are casting and need talent like yourselves. So if you can get, several of you are already kind of ready to work and others of you are ready to pursue work. So that's great. Look at the things that people seem to like, Tess has been told, interesting voice. Well, I agree. And some very natural quality to your voice. Tennille, you're ready to work right now. Daniel, you have special skills. Vienna, you should look into video game and anime if there's anything in your area, and ask Beth Bando for a favor. Just maybe she can just put you in touch with who you could send your reel to at Funimation. Because I had a CD with them for years. It just sat on a file cabinet. When they finally listened to it, like, who are you? Where have you been all our lives? Like, well, you didn't listen to my tape. That was old school. It's a long time ago. Nobody even sends a CD anymore. It's all done digitally. You just send a link to your website or to your reel, and that's fine. So look for opportunities that you may already have in your family, in your school, in your regular life. Connect with people online and in the internet world, because that's where many opportunities will come from. And if you find that you're really good in a particular area of voiceover, focus on that. Put your demo in on that. Doesn't mean you can't do the other things. It just might mean that door will open sooner. And if everything you do with excellence and joy, you can't go wrong. Excellence and joy. So it's been a pleasure to work with you today. Walter and Vienna will be your conduit to getting in touch with me. If anyone wants to, reach out and say hi, I'm CJ Critt at mac.com. So it's just my name, all lowercase, no dots in there. CJ CRITT at Mac, like computer.com. I do work privately. I do teach people, one-on-one, and, I'd certainly be happy for like a quick hello or consult. But if you, want real time and you want attention, we can certainly talk about that too. But this was fun. And maybe we'll, Walter and Vienna, I don't know what the club's situation is, if this is something that you'd want to do, every couple of months. And again, we could have a focus on we could do this kind of material, but new stuff, or we could work on audiobooks, which needs its own special day because it's a whole different kind of skill. And it takes longer to read those selections. You can't just read 2 seconds. You got to read a minute or two, because no one's going to hire you for a 10-hour book on a 30-second audition. They might decide in 30 seconds if they love you or not, but they're going to need to know that you can read well for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. So till next time, it's been a real pleasure. You guys are good. And it's a wonderful time to be a young voice artist. There is work, there is opportunity, there's creativity, and nobody defines your success but you. You can do it. So decide, how important it is to you. Get the right tools, get the right mentors and teachers and friends. And it's your friends who will usually get you your first job. It's your friends first who will open the doors for you. So be a friend. Volunteer, help out, listen to other people, be encouraging, be nice. If you're nice and you have a great sense of humor, people right away want to work with you. People right away are hoping you're talented. So then be all those other things, talented, on time, smart, all that stuff helps too. All right. Well, Walter, I'm going to sign off, my friend. I hope your Regina in the business office takes care of me. I'm getting like 3 cents for this. So it'll come one day. It'll buy lunch. But anyway, you guys have been really great and very talented. And I have great hopes for all of your artistic and creative futures. So take care. I actually work for a place called Listen Up in Atlanta, and it's a wonderful audio studio. Check them out online. See what else. Maybe they'll take auditions from you guys when you're ready to do an audiobook audition. I don't know how it works. They just invited me to work for them, and I've been doing that for a while. But see, I do the jobs in Dallas. We send them the digital audio files to Listen Up in Atlanta. They edit and do the mastering there, and I'm doing these adorable kids picture books and children. They do regular adult audio as well. I've just kind of my niche with them right now after doing hundreds of books that were not kids' books. Now I'm doing a lot of picture books, but they're really sweet and very fun. So again, a lot of opportunity right in your geographical area. So it's a good time to be from Georgia or in Georgia. So good luck, you guys. Till next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
so much for your time.
You're welcome.
Thank
You're welcome.
you.
Really fun today. All right. Au revoir.
Boba.
Okay, cool. Well, I just